What up? We're gonna watch some Zombified reactions. I haven't been streaming because I just came home from tour and I just literally went right into the studio. Literally went right into the studio. I also got my nose. Oh my guys, you guys have no idea. They say it's not a surgery. So I was awake when it happened, but they went in my nose and they cut the turbinates so I can breathe through my nose finally. It's still healing. You can still hear it, but I can breathe through my nose a little better now. But when it's fully healed, I'll be able to breathe through my nose without using those breathe strips anymore. They went with this long needle, and you can feel it go into my skin, and it touched my skull. You can feel all the numbing stuff they put in it go into my body, and it acts as a, what do you call it, upper. So it goes directly to your heart. It makes your heart race really fast. I'm sitting in the chair and I'm racing like, it's terrifying. Do not recommend, but they say they can't put you to sleep for that thing that they do. So they're like, all right, you ready? I'm like, my heart's beating super fast. And then they go in and they use this little wand. It's a radio frequency that widens the inside of it so you can breathe. Then they take a fucking another thing and then they cut all the turbinates. The turbinates are these little hot dog things inside your nose. If you look it up, what turbinate is. And then the best part of this whole thing is when they put this thing that looks like pliers up your nostril, and then they pull it apart. You can hear your bone cracking up here, and that's it. And then I was awake the whole time, and they're like, all right. I couldn't feel anything. I felt the pressure. I felt a little pain in the needles before they numbed it. It was just the intensity of the stuff in the needles that made my heart race and shit. It was wild. Hours after it, just my nose was bleeding. It's not a bad recovery, no. How many times do you have to do that? Once. Only once. Mine's still plugged up because of all the it's still healing, but I can already breathe better. Did it hurt afterwards? Right after the numbing stuff wore off, my jaw hurt. My teeth were all in pain because I was clenching so hard. It was very stressful. It was just scary. It was, oh man, it's scary. They grab your nose and they're putting these things up there. It's just, I won't do it again. I'll tell you that. Let's put it like that. Fucking the worst thing. They're like, it's like going to the dentist. Nah, dude. It's not. It's like going to the dentist on mushrooms. I just got it 3 days ago or 2 days ago. They said that my nose would be clogged for 2 weeks though. Like I'm sick. That's what they told me. It's from healing, and then afterwards I should be able to breathe very good. So no more breathe right strip, hopefully. Plus, Twitter will say you had plastic surgery. Yeah, I had plastic surgery done. I got a nose job. Yeah, I don't need a nose job. I've never really thought about a nose job. Never needed it, don't think. Well, you have to have a septoplasty on your nose so you can breathe. I'm telling you, the reason why I was proactive about getting it with my nose, because I learned that the source of most of your anxiety comes from not breathing through your nose, aside with depression and post-traumatic stress and all that stuff. But you'd be surprised on how much you don't breathe through your nose, dude, and that causes anxiety. So when you sleep, you don't get adequate amount of sleep because you're not breathing through your nose correctly. You'd be surprised on how important it is to breathe through your nose when you're sleeping. I'm not kidding. That's why when you wear those breathe right strips, you'd be surprised on how much better sleep you get just wearing a breathe right strip. Yeah, dude, you get more anxiety if you don't breathe through your nose. If you're sitting there right now, you probably realize that you don't breathe through your nose as much. Right now, you're probably sitting there being like, wait a minute, I don't breathe through my nose as much as I should. That's why a lot of people are mouth breathers. Don't even fucking realize it. If you have trouble breathing through your nose tonight, go to CVS today. Get breathe right strips. Put them on your nose and test how you sleep with them on. And if you sleep better, then you know that you might need to get your nose looked at. Plus, if you don't breathe through your nose for a long time, it can cause heart disease. It can cause a lot of different issues because oxygen goes through your nose to get to your blood in your body, and you breathe it out through your mouth. You exhale it and it turns into something else. So if your nose is plugged up for fucking 25 years, there's less oxygen going to your body, and it shuts your body down slowly. I don't mean to stress you guys out. It's like a very simple fix I'm not trying to stress anyone out. It's a simple fix. You just breathe through your nose, right? They tell you how to clean it? Yeah, you just put the thing up and you spray your nose with the fucking salt water or whatever. Mind you, this wasn't my favorite tour because of the COVID. I couldn't sing well. Like I could sing in key, but like every time I had to hit high notes, my lungs were inflamed from getting COVID 2 weeks before the tour started. It's so annoying. It pissed me off. Fuck COVID, dude.
Yeah, this really is already giving me Popular Monster vibes. But we'll see. Ronnie Radke is a creative, to say the least.
Zombified.
Monsters are living under your bed, cause they are the voices in your head. Zombified by the lies they said, we've become the walking dead. Cause everybody's on the edge. Oh no, they'll never let go. Something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling you. And they won't stop till everybody's zombified. They're pumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. We're dead inside.
I really like that. He sounds incredible. This part here.
By the lies they said, we've become the walking dead. Cause everybody's on the edge. Oh no, they'll never let go.
Oh.
Something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling you. And they won't stop till everybody's zombified. They're pumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. We're dead inside. It goes on and on, let this go. When it stops, we'll never know. We're hypnotized. And they won't stop till you're zombified. Shut your mouth and bite your tongue, cause you don't wanna piss off anyone. We're traumatized by the damage done. Welcome to America. Cause everybody's on the edge. Oh no,
I love that. Small little segments of tracks where they like completely cut off the audio, just kind of recaptures your attention. Bad Omens did that recently in one of their tracks. What was the name of the track? Listen to Artificial Suicide by Bad Omens. It's one of their new releases. That does something similar where, you know, it builds up and then cuts the music out completely, and then now it's granted it's a little bit longer than what Falling in Reverse just did here, but again, I just really like how creative they are. They just sound really unique. Then you just like, you never really know what you're going to get. Like, I mean, their last release, from as far as I'm aware, was the the almost fucking the ballad that Ronnie Radke did. So they always just have something new coming out, but he sounds very, very, very good. It's like a pop song wrapped up in a metal song. Oh my god. Man's got the chill wheel eagles. We're gonna get the breakdown though. It's gonna be a breakdown, of course. Here we go. Oh. Oh well. Oh, that's better. Oh, now we're talking. Yeah. That is Mick Gordon-esque. This video is whoa. Let me, before I go into the last chorus, that like initial breakdown, it was so loud in the video. Now I'm sure, like, if I listen to it on Spotify, it'll probably sound a lot better, but it actually kind of ruined the drop because it was just so much like glass smashing and gunshots. Now again, it's a music video. I mean, like, what more can you expect? But at the same time, it actually did take away from it. There was so much noise that it just drowned everything out. It was just too much going on. But the second part, you know, that sounded good. But it sounded like a little bit like Mick Gordon, that kind of chainsaw, you know, guitar sound, which again, big fan of. But yeah, let's kind of go back again and maybe just see if I can hear that a little bit. But
it's you, bro. Definitely you. The reason it's him is because at the beginning of it, there's only sound bites there. All the other audio is just the song.
I love the melody. That's all I'm gonna say. I love the melody.
Right here.
Zombified.
That's it. Right here. That's it. Done.
It's a little bit lost, isn't it?
Okay, right there too. That's it.
Oh my god, yeah. A little like a little monuments in there as well. With the where's? Yeah, a little bit of monuments. Mick Gordon / monuments. It's reminding me of Lavos, the track that they just brought out. A little bit like that with the whams.
I have no idea who that is.
I think it's a fair enough comparison, but look at this fucking video. Holy shit. They may not come out with the most content. I know Ronnie Radke streams all the time and that kind of thing, so technically he's coming out with a lot of content, but like when they drop like huge videos. Like it's a big deal when Falling in Reverse drops, so have to respect it. But yeah, sounds sick again. Kind of got the idea that it would be similar to Popular Monster based on the thumbnail alone, and very, very similar. It was kind of similar in parts, you know, the sick and tired of wondering, that kind of reminded me of a part in this as well. But yeah, really good.
It's really funny because a lot of people are like, they sound similar. It's like, bro, you listen to Architects, or you know what I mean, or Bring Me the Horizon. That shit all sounds the same, dude.
Now everybody's zombified. They're pumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. They're dead inside. It goes on and on.
Look at this. It's like a movie.
When it stops, we'll never know. We're hypnotized. Won't stop till you're. They won't stop till I'm. They won't stop till we're zombified.
Okay, oh my. Holy shit.
Zombified.
Wow. I mean, still no one can.
He's cool though. He does a lot of it. Thank you, Drew. Let's do this one.
There is a song that is jumping up the charts. It has actually reached #1 on Billboard's Hot Hard Rock chart. None of that fat and ugly hard rock. We're talking about the hottest hard rock. And so my producers heard this song and they said, Michael, you're very hip to the jive. You're one cool cat. We need you to listen to this song so that you can analyze it for us and tell us what it means. Before we do that, I've got to thank our wonderful friends over at Kamikoto. Kamikoto. Okay, this is a documentary so far. A bunch of zombies. Well, for the past 2 years, I guess that would basically be a documentary too.
The monsters are living under your bed, 'cause they are the voices in your head.
If this turns out to be a COVID thing, that'll be so great.
Fight by the lies they said. We've become the walking dead.
I'm actually somewhat hopeful this is about COVID.
Oh no, they'll never let go. Something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling you.
Oh, pause. Okay, so this is obviously an extremely conservative song, right? You have the censor bar, So there's this anti-censorship thing, and then they're canceling you. The only people who use the phrase cancel in an earnest way are conservatives, because the libs deny that they cancel anybody. So okay, so now I'm willing to predict this is actually just an anti-Fauci screed. The mirror's kind of an interesting image.
You better shut your mouth and bite your tongue, 'cause you don't wanna piss off anyone. We're traumatized by the damage done. Welcome to America.
Pause. So this is interesting, because usually the rock songs that are anti-America are coming at it from the left. Like, America's this terrible, oppressive, right-wing, patriarchal, white supremacist place, and we need to totally change America to make it better. And this song keeps up the rock and roll, something's wrong with the country, we're fighting against the system. But what's different is they appear to be recognizing that the system is actually run by the liberals. It's not, you're not actually, if you're a lib fighting for more lib things, you're not fighting against the system. Everyone is on your side. The government, the media, the schools, the administrative government, all of the universities, big tech, all the corporations. So you're not really doing that. This is quite a shift. I've only noticed this within the last few years, that it's become quite clear that the liberals control the entire country. They even use this word hypnosis here, which I don't know when the video was made. It was probably made a while ago, but within the past few weeks, you haven't even been allowed to use the phrase mass hypnosis or mass formation psychosis to describe what's gone on in the last 2 years, because all of the libs who are hypnotizing you and driving everyone.
Silent Bob, why is he a clown? What did he say that makes you mad? I don't understand. That's his perception of my song, man. It's not, I didn't write the song about political shit, but I mean, it's so crazy. It just goes to show you, everybody, that immediately just calls this person a bad guy the second he says anything that is not in your wheelhouse of beliefs. I just don't understand why people don't realize that you're the problem. You're the problem. All he's doing is stating some of the stuff he's saying is facts, bro. Song's not about politics, but music is objective. So whatever he thinks the song's about is what the fucking song's about to him, right? That's just how it is. That's why music is you know what I mean? Like, we listen to a song that's not written about that, and we automatically relate it to that. You can't just fucking call somebody a clown because you don't agree with them, man. So that's a little embarrassing.
Crazy are responding to that and saying, no beep boop, no psychosis, no beep beep boop, no hypnosis. I'm getting very sleepy, but there's no hypnosis. And the musicians here are recognizing, obviously something has gone wrong.
It's not about politics. The song's obviously about fucking, I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, that the song is probably about politics because of being canceled and people not allowed to saying what they feel anymore and all that stuff. And it probably goes all the way back to politics somehow. But my intention to write the song was more about fucking, you know, the very obvious people getting upset and trying to cancel people for fucking freedom of speech and stuff like that, and being scared that something that you said a long time ago is going to be brought up and you're going to get fired. And it's happened to people. People get fucking outed for something they did or tweeted or something 10, 12 years ago when it was okay back then. You know what I mean? It happened. It's deeper than that. It's deeper, but I understand why he would think this now. I didn't think about it before, but when they put it in this perspective, I understand why people would think like, why like this.
Everybody's on the match. Oh no, they'll never let go. Something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling. Everybody's zombified. They're bumping us with lies like
Pause. This is setting up a sequel song about immigration. You see, the first one is clearly about COVID.
You see what I mean? He's clearly fucking joking, dude. Guys, he's just a political dude.
And the
You
liberal
imagine if we made a song about immigration?
elite just clamping down on all of us, but now the next one is going to be the illegal alien invasion. It's either a prediction or a plea. Please make it. I love too that the solution to this is not some too clever by half.
You imagine, bro? Oh my god, dude, that would be the worst move of my career that I've ever done. Worse than throwing a mic stand. Made a song about UFOs, but illegal immigrants oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Oh, dude.
Halfway of resolving the issue in this you just shoot the zombies in the head. Metaphorically.
The UFOs are border patrol. They're just flying up and they're just sucking up all the immigrants. Could you imagine? Oh my god. What a terrible idea. See, that's when these motherfuckers take it too far. Holy shit. Clearly he's joking. Clearly, guys.
Fight. They're pumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde.
Pumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. That's a good line.
It goes on and on. Let this go. When it stops, we'll never know. We're hypnotized. They won't stop till you're. They won't stop till I'm. They won't stop till we're zombified.
Is that like Godzilla? Huh? Wow. I really like this idea, not only because of the simplest reading of it, which is basically that the libs have surrendered their free thought and their faculties of reason, and they just do whatever Dr. Fauci tells them to do, and they walk around like zombies. There's a great old clip of Bob Hope, who was talking to a doctor, and the doctor said, zombies, they have no will of their own. They just wander around, blindly doing whatever you tell them to do, not thinking, not caring. And Bob Hope says, you mean like Democrats? It's a clip that always goes around every election season. So it's not merely saying that. It's saying something even deeper. They are pumping us full of formaldehyde, right? They're killing us. They're treating us like we're dead bodies, but we're still reanimated. We're still kind of moving around. We just don't have any free will. We're existing, but we're not really living. And that is a great way to describe what's happened for the past 2 years with COVID. Not merely that people got brainwashed or hypnotized, but that we have been deprived the opportunity really to live. Can't go to work, can't go to church, can't go shopping in a lot of places. We can't go to a lot of restaurants now, especially if you're not willing to take the Fauci ouchie.
Philosophos. How does he not make much sense? How does he not make much sense? He makes perfect sense. He's right, mostly. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but he's fucking right, bro. He is right. Obviously, you don't live in cities where they're still making you try to wear a fucking mask, or they're literally making you get your 4th injection, trying to convince you that COVID's gonna kill you. He's right. In a sense, what's reasonable stuff to do during a pandemic? You call this a pandemic? It's not a pandemic. They named it that. It's over. You just don't get me started, man. Do not get me started. Yeah, there's a 4th injection. Yes, coming. Yes. Tell me like this. Tell me this. Israel has, how many injections has Israel given out? They're the highest vaccinated country in the world with the highest vaccination deaths in the world. Just look at it like that. Look at Canada. Exactly. I went on tour. And that's when I realized that I wasn't mad before because I was in LA and I didn't tour during the pandemic or so, whatever you want to call it. And then I went on tour, and that's when I got mad. When I realized it's all about the fucking money. Sean, thank Thank you for the 10. It's all about the money, dude. Why do you think they're fucking trying to approve vaccinations in children under 5 years old? Get the fuck out of here, man. Children are not susceptible to fucking dying from COVID. And if children die from COVID, it's a very small percentage of children. Why are they approving vaccines for children under 5? It's unacceptable. Think about it, dude. The children are not dropping dead from COVID. It's fucking fat people, pardon my French, and people with underlying illnesses like the flu, like what the flu does, kills people that are overweight or with fucking, you know what I mean, underlying illnesses. It's just worse than the flu, you know? It's worse to some people. But the bottom line is, it's fucking whack. I went on tour and that's when I realized, and it made me mad, and I became fucking very upset because, like, in one city, Jackson, thank you. Shanus, thank you, man. In one city, you'd go from one city to next, and we're here to learn, right? And this is the way I learned. I left California and went to, I don't remember where I went. I went to Atlanta. Nobody's wearing a mask. Nobody gives a fuck about masks there. Then you wake up and you're in Boston and people are losing their fucking minds. They're freaking out. Oh, put your mask on. Put your mask on. Put your mask on. After I just came from Atlanta, right? And you're like, huh? And they're like, you can't come in here unless you have a vaccine card. It's like, bro. So you mean to tell me the thing, I have to get a vaccine, I have to get a vaccination to come into your thing, a vaccination that doesn't stop or prevent me from giving COVID to someone else. It just lessens my symptoms, they say. So I can still give the COVID to other people. Like, what? You're forcing me to do, it just doesn't make any sense, man. And then you wake up and you go to another city and they're like, oh, we don't care about masks. We don't care about masks. We don't care about that stuff. Then you wake up and I would go to another city and they'd be freaking losing their mind. You can't come in here. You can't get food. You can't get food. You can't come in here. I'm like, bro, I just woke up. I was in a city before this fucking 10 hours ago and there was no issues. What in the fuck is going on? That's the problem. That's what people don't realize. So a lot of people that are like, oh, they're like all for the mask and all that stuff. They don't leave their fucking house. They don't leave their fucking cities. They don't travel for a living. They don't realize they don't see what's really going on. When you travel to each state in a pandemic, you'll start realizing, you'll be like, this is a fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. It is. So just to let you know that, man, just saying. That's probably why most people in bands are against the fucking mask and all that stuff. They think it's stupid, because they traveled and they realized that you're like, what the fuck, bro? I just went to this gym. Nobody's wearing a mask. I wake up the next day at literally 4 hours difference. Same population city. Nothing's changed except a 4-hour difference. And they're fucking losing their minds. And then you look up their hospital rates and they're the same. It's like not that crazy, So yeah, I'm just saying. It takes 90 days to get COVID again. What do you mean? No, you can get the flu too, man. You can get the flu fucking 2 times a year. So I'm not Republican. That song's not about being Republican or Democrat or any of that shit. I do not like politics. But he does have a point on some things, man. I don't really care. I don't really care about all the weird shit that you guys care about when it comes to that. Truly, I don't. But got the hiccups. Anyways, enough with the bullshit.